Hey guys, welcome back to TTMR. We're back with me and Austin, and today we will be reviewing the third episode of the brand new Marvel series She-Hulk, with this episode being titled The People vs. Emil Blonsky.
This episode starts off with Jen yelling at Blonsky about his escape from prison. Blonsky explains to Jen that he didn't choose to escape and it was actually Wong who forced him to leave. A new case shows up with Dennis Bukowski, who claimed to have been scammed by a new Asgardian transforming elf who changed into Megan Thee Stallion. Wong admits to Jen that he had broken Blonsky out of prison. Jen is able to successfully defend Blonsky after Wong tells the parole board that Blonsky had declined to go to Kamar-Taj and chose to head back to prison and serve his sentence. This convinces the board to have Blonsky as a free man as long as he wears a prohibitor to not allow him to turn into the Abomination. Going back to Dennis, he is able to win the case against the shape-shifting elf, since that elf had shape-shifted into the judge in an earlier scene. While Jen is on her way home, she gets attacked by the Wrecking Crew, who she is able to easily defeat.
This episode honestly wasn't that amazing, and overall I felt like it was just kind of bland. But it did have its good moments, specifically seeing Wong again, and seeing Jen try to defend Emil Blonsky. I also really liked seeing the Wrecking Crew at the end of the episode, and it just sets up such a great reveal of who their boss may be. This episode definitely wasn't as good as the first, but it wasn't as bad as the second in my opinion. This was just a decent episode at best. Nothing special or even memorable happened for that matter, but it still had its fun moments.
To be honest, this episode was alright. It's definitely not my favorite. It got boring during some parts and was exciting in others. It was really cool to see Wong again though. What really got me at this episode was the post-credit scene. Truly the most amazing, most necessary scene of all time in all of the MCU and all of the movies in general. Seriously, like, what the hell was that? It was literally the lowest point of the MCU I've ever seen.
As I mentioned previously, I loved seeing the Wrecking Crew, Wong, and all of the scenes with Emil Blonsky, but this episode, in my opinion, just wasn't good. I mean, overall, it was just boring and tasteless. No hate to anybody who enjoyed it, but I just don't feel like this episode lived up to how great the first one was. After watching it twice, there really wasn't anything notable or memorable that you could take away from the episode. Well, except the She-Hulk and Megan Thee Stallion post-credit scene.
Overall, this episode was not as good as the others. We both rated it at a 6.5 out of 10. The story wasn't that memorable and was generally uninteresting. It was certainly not as great as the other episodes. Gonna be honest here, the most memorable scene was that post-credit scene.
Well, with all that has been said here, this episode, as you can tell, wasn't our favorite, but it also wasn't terrible by any means. There were definitely good scenes and good characters, Wong being who I'm mainly talking about, but Wong can't save this episode. The music was pretty good, the post-credit scene was definitely one to remember, and again, Wong just carried the episode, but he just couldn't save it.
So with that being said, that has been our review of episode 3 of She-Hulk. Remember that this is just our opinion, so you don't necessarily have to believe everything that is said here. Come back soon for more reviews or browse existing ones on the channel.
Make sure to check out our Twitter for sneak peeks and updates on our future projects. We hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and if you enjoyed, you could like or subscribe to help us out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.